And we are once again live. How's everyone doing? What is going on? Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the markets. Welcome back to another week of trading. Welcome back to another week of streaming. What is going on, y'all? Give me a quick check-in in the chat. How y'all doing? Asan, what up? Darwin, what up? Sino, what up? John, what up? What is going on? Almost alive. Very good. Almost. Try to get that to a hundo. Sino starting off early. The randoms are the other streamers, big dog. You can go to, let me actually get this pulled up. Actually, you can go to the link in the description or the bio and go check out all the other streamers, the whole schedule of them. It's a couple of us. Should take a look. Guitar, what up, man? How you doing? We are back. I got, how long till Tokyo open? Like 30 seconds or something? Okay, not even 5 seconds. Quick rundown on the markets. Tokyo open, opening up like right on Kelt mid. Yeah, not surprised. As soon as I saw this gap up, I opened the charts quickly earlier just to get an idea of like, hey, what happened on Sunday Globix open? As soon as I saw this, I figured we're going to open around Kelt mid, so not surprised. What up, Todd? How you doing? Let y'all filter real quick. What did we do on a like a higher time frame basis? Let me delete this real quick. Get rid of that. Oh, that was that order flow we had drawn out from Thursday night stream. That was that order flow area where we kept seeing big sellers come into an area and then they couldn't get through it. It looks like that actually ended up playing out for the bounce. Good to know. It's pretty cool. Little order flow 101 for you. Prior day's high already popped. Fill end, what up? As of right now, still kind of just in like this mega range from these initial highs. Aggressive reaction off the lows. So for the meantime, I'm definitely leaning long. That being said, we did just pop prior day's high. So I don't think I don't think a sell down to like 780s off the table. I wouldn't hate it. Wouldn't hate it. Let me just send the YouTube link in the Discord real quick, because I have to let y'all know it is T2P. It is absolutely T2P. Very nice, very nice. How was y'all's weekend? I had a good weekend. Not that anyone asked, but I'm going to tell y'all. I had a good weekend. Pretty restful, which is nice. And then went boating / fishing today. Didn't really catch much, but it's fine. It'd be like that. What up, Zach? How you doing? But yeah, otherwise pretty solid. We are coming into, well, trying to, I should say. Popped out this little low at like 804. I'd like to go see 780s, ideally even a little bit lower, like 760 maybe. Wouldn't be terrible. Looking at my volume chart real quick. The only point of interest I really see to the downside as of right now would be like 760. Prior day's point of control off of 755. Dragged so for sale, can see it. Prior day's point of control off 755 would be a sick long location. I would very much like a long from there. Otherwise, I'm not too invested in anything. Missed this right before the stream started, this little rollover on prior day's high. It's a pretty nice sell. Yeah, otherwise not super invested in anything up front. Again, shorts are tough. If we can wick the lower Celts and have a good consolidation, and if that happens to be above 760, that's fine. I am not opposed to taking it, but for right now, definitely going to be a kind of watch and wait scenario, or wait and watch, whatever comes first. How did Friday's session go for y'all? Don't tell my job, but I traded from work. I closed up like a grand, no, like $988. I remember I was like $12 shy from a grand. Close up like 988 on the Apex eval, so I can pull that up for y'all in a second as well. That is back to break even, incredibly, by against all odds. Against all odds. Back to Kel mid so far. Chat, we got a lot to talk about tonight, though. We have a lot to talk about. Get into that in 1 second, though. Sorry. Just open Apex Tradeify real quick. Okay, very nice. Very nice, very nice. Okay, so I did get this account back to, y'all can see the balance up here. I did get this back to slightly positive after the first 2 trades on this account were both like $450 losers. So that is quite a comeback to kind of climb out of so far. So I'll keep this off to the side for now. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Nguyen, not yet. Not yet. Hit DLL unfunded on Friday, but still got a good 1.5K buffer. Yeah, I mean, DLL isn't like a personal DLL, because if it's like a personal, you know, personal like, hey, I'm not going to lose this much or at more than X on my account in one day, then perfect. Like, that's what it's there for. Obviously not fun to hit DLL, but that's what it's there for, is to protect you. So GG's. What up, Chris? How you doing? Sunday and Monday the same trading days with prop firms? Yeah. So like Sunday evening, like right now, carries over into Monday, and then end of day Monday. So 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central is like the end of that day. No, these are Keltner channels. You can pause the stream real quick. Those are the settings on it. Super basic. Oh, it was the Lucid max loss? Oh, F. I mean, again, at least you have a buffer on it. At least you still got the account. That's what matters. You still got the account. Made 1200 Friday? GG's. G freaking G's. All right, all the way back up to prior day's high. I would have really liked to see lower first, but whatever. 7 minutes into the session, can't really ask for too much, right? I wonder if this is like a Tokyo sweep out both sides, then commence the range once more. Sweep out the pre-Tokyo, pre-Asia lows, whatever you want to call it, here at 805, and then just run back up to the highs, and then sweep out 897, and then just go right back to Kelt mid. That would be something. That would be something. Anyone do anything fun on the weekend, though? Told you I went boating. That's pretty much it. Otherwise, kind of chilled. Went to a bar. Nothing crazy. Had some beers with the boys. Nothing crazy. A little bit of beard eye. It really might go do it. It really might just run into 897 and then go right back down. Oh, that's whack. Oh well. I had to remember that my face sits in the top right. That's my bad, y'all. Sorry. I had to remember my face is there on the overlay. So I have to keep my chart. Oh, hello. I have to keep my chart like a little bit further over. My bad, y'all. My bad. It really might go do it though. Straight up. What up, Rude Money? What's going on? We are back on the charts, bro. You know it. You know it, big dog. Never left. We really opened, flushed the lows, and ran right back up. Anyone catch this long on the sweep of 805s? Pretty minimal risk. That was less than 10 points. That's crazy. And then just right back up. Yikes. Just painting in 103. Ouch, bro. Ouch. I feel that. It was hot on the water today, too. And you don't feel it like you're when you're like moving, you know, with like the wind around you, but then you stop and the sun just starts beating on you, catches up. Insert the classic dad joke. It's not the heat, it's the humidity, am I right? That's like an all-time classic. It's not even a joke, it's just like a phrase. All-time classic though. It's really gonna go do it. That's wild. What a snipe. Big question is what happens now? Like we sweep out these highs and then what? Just collapse back in? I have a kind of interesting volume level at, hold on, let me pull this up. What's this from? From August 5th. I have an interesting area up here. This white line is an LVN, just meaning it's a low volume node from a prior session. I've got this from August 5th, and we are tapping into that right now. So it's not, I don't want to say it's not the worst short. I can't really say I care to short it, but it's a interesting area to watch. Let's go with that. We are still above prior day's high as of right now, so I'm super hesitant on shorts, especially after just trying to trade lower here and then ripping out of it. Shorts definitely feel difficult, so I'm not going to take it. My view on ES, I don't really have one. I'm going to keep it real with you, but take a look at it, I guess. ES is still, I mean, first thing that jumps out to me is that we're still inside prior day's range. We have not taken out prior day's high. It's like the obvious thing that jumps out. ES also had very small attempt to trade lower, didn't get the sweep, and then just ripped out of it as well. I don't know. Sideways? I don't know. Make your own decision, obviously, but I don't really see anything too interesting there. I'm a little more interested in NQ/MNQ. Again, I just don't want to short this though, and I can't really say I want to long the Kelt highs either, considering like larger time frame, we're still kind of just in a range. And like maybe this is the long from 868 up into 30K 076, maybe. But I'm just not willing to be the one that pays to figure that out. So I'm not going to touch it. All right, just for y'all, just for the early birds here, let's rip a quick KHG. Y'all can say you were here for it. Where were you when Jaws hit a hole-in-one on KHG? You know, where were you? And I for real have not seen this map. Okay, I know sometimes I like joke on that. I have not seen this map. Oh, we're off to a terrible start, boys. Zach, what's NQDL? I keep seeing people post that in the Discord. If you're not on the Discord, bottom right of the screen. There you go. I keep seeing people post that in the Discord. What is that? Incredible flop shot by me right there. Oh, nice. Beautiful. Something you made? Is it like stream safe? Because I don't mind playing it on stream if it is. What up, Acorn? What's going on? Oh, that was tough. That's so brutal. I'm all the way back here. Sit. Okay, nice. The algorithm likes me. Sick. Glad to hear it. No. What a save. Matt's playing it tomorrow. Well, why don't I beat him to it? Sounds like it's just like Wordle. Yeah, but like, what actually is it? All right, hold on. I'll figure it out in a second. Do you have a link for it, or is it in the Discord somewhere? Or do I just search it? Dude, what am I supposed to do here? I'll go left. That was a beautiful shot. If I don't say so myself. Can I? Oh, I technically can, huh? Look at this. I'm going to save a shot. Never mind. All right, 15's top 18% chat. First daily run. Top 18. Chat, am I like that? Stalling out pretty hard at the highs. How does one find the old NQDL? Can I just Google it? Oh, looks like I can. Is this it? It's on Google. Sick. What up, Tris? All right, 5 puzzles, 10 M&Q to spend. Each day brings 5 puzzles and a shared budget of 10 M&Q contracts to spend. You watch 4 hours of 5. How long does this take? Hey, yo, GG's. I like that, GG's. How long does this take? When it pauses, place. Wait, what? So each day brings 5 puzzles, budget of 10. So it's like betting, like your contract size is betting like your confidence on the setup. Is that it? It pauses, place your trade and entry price. Commit or set the puzzle out. Your order. Oh, you can sit out. That's interesting. Okay, so it's got it. So it's 30 seconds a piece. Okay, that's doable. Your order only fills once the session's price actually reaches your entry, and keep dragging entry your price it live for as long as it's still pending. Max drawdown per trade is 500. If unrealized, we got intraday drawdown. Auto stopped. I'm about to get auto trailed. Rest of the session then plays out to see if you get filled. Hit your target, hit your stop or timeout. Once contracts around, remaining puzzles are automatically sat out. Got it. Okay, let's try it. Not going to say I absorbed all of that, but let's try it. Dang, 869 on the highs to 795. Kind of volatile. Okay. Can I zoom out? I can't. News hit. Very nice. This is pretty cool, Zach. This is pretty cool. Okay. Oh, okay. Nice, nice, nice. So now I place a trade. I can drag this. Yeah, got it. So whatever I place, it then just plays out until until the trade either hits stop loss or take profit, or if it just doesn't fill by the end of the day, it's a sit out. Is that it? Got it. Okay. How wide can I make my stop? Oh, it's up to 500. Oh, beautiful. Look at this. 2 contracts. Yeah, that's fine. No, stop it. Okay. 420 on the risk. Very good. I don't want to break even stop. I don't know. I think a long right there with some sweepage room could make sense. Is this for days that have already passed though? Like, could I technically just go on my chart right now, go to this timestamp and see what happened? I'm not going to, but could I do that? All right, I would take that long. Does the TP matter? Like, is it... Do I get scored based on like how much money I make? Or is it just whether my TP hits? Because like I could just set a TP right here, no? Just get filled with an atrociously wide stop and then take a 2-point take profit. It's how much? Okay, so it is based on how much you make. Got it. Okay, so I think that makes sense. My entry's at, what is this? 14? Yeah, I think it's a 50. All right, let's try that. Long, submit trade. What was that tweet? This is interesting. I will not get filled, I guess. Oh, there's the fill. Very nice. What? What happened? Did I get filled at session close? Interesting. Got it, got it. Entry was just that good, huh? Sniper, I knew where the market was going to close ahead of it. I knew it. I am watching. I know it looks like I'm not. I am watching price here. I think if we backtest prior day's high and then reclaim it, at that point, I could be interested in a long. But I do need to see price try to trade below prior day's high and then reclaim. Okay. This looks pretty uptrendy, I've got to say. This looks pretty uppy. Let's get that way out here. About $420 in risk. Very good. I don't hate this. I think I could even look for that, and that's fine. Oh, it's over, chat. It's over. Oh, no. They want me. They can smell the sim stop. They know it's there. Oh. Okay. Never mind. They didn't even get the stop. All right. Backtesting prior day's high. Exactly, Todd. Okay. NQ currently trying to bid off of prior day's high. What does that look like on order flow? What that looks like right now is that we had a bunch of large buyers get kind of faked out up here. Let me keep this like bottom right for now. I do want to be able to see that. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to keep that up for now. I am interested in seeing how this reaction actually plays out. Claim my nickname and I'll get a badge. Set. Oh, there's a leaderboard? This is sick. All right. Yeah, this is a big range. Okay, these candles make this like seem a lot smaller than it is. That'd be cool. Like, that's why my stop is so wide, because I'm like not thinking. Okay, exactly 500 on the stop. Opening at, what is this? $30K basically. Whoa. Whoa. Do I really? I don't know. I don't hate it. How big is this? Sure, let's try it. Why not, chat? Why not? Okay, sellers bringing us back below prior day's high, worth noting. On the actual price chart, not the NQDL. Oh no. Rip. Low-key, the strat might just be 50 point, all 10 contracts on one trade, 50 points, pray that it hits take profit. All right, selling back below. So the short would have played out nicely. I stand by my decision to not take it. I think that is totally fine. As y'all know, I suck at shorting and I just genuinely don't like it. So it's just so uncomfortable for me to short. I don't know why. I have so much more confidence in literally any long that I take than I do any short. All right, this is extremely trendy to the upside. Stop at this low. Take profit at not that high. Sure. Why not? Pump. Do it market. No. No. I got ran on the sim. I got okay, I was gonna say. I got ran on the not even sim, on the historical data. Oh, there's still one more. Nice. What's the basis of the trending game? I don't know, brother. You have to ask Zach. He made this. It's pretty cool, though. All right, back to Kelt Mid. If we hold Kelt Mid convincingly, like if I see a fat seller show up at Kelt Mid, like 850s right here, that can't sell through, I may consider it. I may consider the long. Okay, coming in for a fat sell. Yeah, I don't have the answer, RS. I literally don't have the answer. All right, we're gonna run this guy down to, I have what, 2 contracts today? Sick. Run that guy down to like 480. Throw this guy up here. Let's try that. Quick little long, quick little pump. All right, go up market. Hurry up. Go up. No, wrong way. Oh my God, market, wrong way. Interesting attempt to bid so far at 850s. I am watching this, I swear. Market, go up. Hey, hello. Hold on. Hold on. Go back up. Hold on. Dude, I for real got ran on the historical data. Are we serious? Unreal. My total profit is 15. Nice. Sick. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, and this is what I've seen people posting. Okay, got it. Let me throw mine in the Discord right now then. Got it. That makes sense. Very cool, Zach. Very cool. That is fun. I will be playing that. Cool. Submitted. Monkey, it's a game that Zach made, like Zach in the chat right above you. Just type it into Google and check it out. That's literally what I just did, and that was pretty fun. I enjoyed that. Thank you, Zach. That was fun. I'll be playing that in the future. All right, back to actual charts. Back to real-time charting. It's a DLC for NQ. That's funny. I have the old order flow up right here. Some of it with a range chart. Semi-aggressive bounce off of Kelt Mid here. I don't hate it. Where would I want to get long from? Probably like 50 flat with a stop like sub 40 is okay. I'm saying it's okay. I don't love it enough to take it necessarily because higher time frame, we just wicked out at the highs with large buyers at the highs that got stuffed and then reclaimed prior day's high. If we get back above prior day's high, at that point, you know, maybe something plays out. But down here, I think it's probably just pretty messy. So I'm going to chill on taking any trades on this. If y'all are trading this, how we doing? Good, bad, up, down? Getting chopped up? Make money on the long, make money on the short? What are we, how are we executing on this? I personally stand by my decision to not take that short, in all honesty. I don't love the short there. Maybe this long plays out. Again, I'm willing to look at it once we're above prior day's high, but anything below this, anything below prior day's high after trying to trade above prior day's high 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times and coming back down 5 times, I kind of just have to imagine that I mean, I think the obvious target, truthfully, obvious for like larger time frames, is probably this 750. That seems like the area that larger time frames would be interested in trading back to. I love whenever I move my like I resize the window. I love how the chart also just resizes entirely. It's really fun. Like it doesn't keep the same ratios, it just explodes. All right, coming back into prior day's high. The magnet for today's session, apparently, have not left it. That's fun. Oh, you're a computer science major? Nice. I see the vision now. I see the vision. Part of me is almost more interested in taking a short down here. I mean, I know this is insane because I was looking at this up here thinking I'm not going to take the short, and then it's, you know, further down and I'm like, okay, now looks like a good time to short. But we've reclaimed prior day's high so many times. I'm not touching it. I said I wasn't going to short. I'm not shorting, but that's just where my head's at. Good luck, RS. Good luck. Got to trade in for 10 points. GG's. GG's. What up, Ginger? How you doing? What's going on? All right, chat. I'm one seltzer down. Opening up the iced green tea now. As seen above. Very nice, very nice. Telling y'all, don't sleep on iced green tea. Iced green tea is incredible. Also, something my local barista, deli guy, goat put me on. I don't really know what to call him. Something my local goat came up with or put me onto this morning. I was getting a coffee, right? And he was making an iced coffee, and I wasn't getting cream or sugar or anything, but I was ordering for people getting cream and sugar, and I saw he wasn't using sugar. He was using simple syrup. And I was like, hey, why do you use simple syrup instead? And he's like, oh, for iced coffees, it's a lot better because the sugar will just sit at the bottom versus simple syrup. You can pour in with the coffee and it'll actually like mix in with it. So you just get a better overall palate. And I was like, that's smart. So I'm just going to make simple syrup now and add it to everything instead of sugar. I know that's not like mind blowing. That's not revolutionary. I know simple sugar, or sorry, simple syrup has been around for a long time, but I just never thought of it like specifically for iced drinks, you know? This is big brain activity. Real big brain. My weekend was good. It was, sir. It was. I hope yours is good as well. Sugar water, indeed. Chat, what's your go-to coffee order? I'm a big fan of, and this is it's probably gonna upset some people. If there's any like hardcore Italians in here, it's probably gonna upset y'all. I'm a big fan of an iced cappuccino. Okay, sue me. Not actually, but I know that's like probably not something you would ever actually find in Italy, but you know what? That's fine. I'm not in Italy. I go with an iced cappuccino. And then for a warm drink, just like a normal hot cappuccino. Agave nectar. I do like agave. I use the agave pretty frequently actually for like coffees and teas and all that. And I just stopped. I don't really know. Like I still like it. I don't know, ran out and never bought more and just stopped using it. It is good though. It's a good mixer. Peppermint hot mocha all year long that's pretty aggressive. I'm not gonna front. That's pretty aggressive, dude. All year? You just really like the chocolate, huh? A latte, classic. What is the actual difference? Like the actual no, why is this a group? Microsoft Edge is bugging, dude. What is the difference between, oh wow, nice short. Cappuccino versus latte. Cappuccino has equal parts espresso, steamed milk, and foam for a bold, airy coffee, while a latte has more steamed milk and a thin layer of foam. I see, making it smoother and creamier. Huh. Well, that's why I like cappuccino, I guess. Good to know. So cappuccino is just like a third, a third. Noted. Agave's high in triglycerides, not good for my heart. Does that also apply to tequila? Because I really like tequila. Tequila is like probably my favorite alcohol of all the alcohol, unless you're counting like it's my favorite liquor. Let's go with that. Of the liquors out there, I think tequila is my favorite. I do like beer. Always a fan of a good lager. Wow, short playing out. Maybe they go grab 750. Could be interesting. Here I was up here at 29,900 talking about, I don't know, chat, not going to short. Short looks sus. No, it's not the same? Okay, sick. Good to know. The real dirty play here would be if instead of actually going to trade 750, we just stall out here now and then just omega chop right underneath prior day's high. That would be the dirty play. To be fair, could happen. Look how balanced the profile is right now. See what I mean? Like I resize it and it just loses all aspect ratios. It's crazy. This is a very balanced profile so far, like very balanced. So I wouldn't be surprised if we go sideways, but nice short if you grabbed it. And this is what order flow looks like. Some sellers down here trying to step in. I'd really like lower. I don't really want a long here. I think lower would make more sense. and maybe I'll get it. Maybe. Let me look back at like what's the next major level to go trade or like liquidity to go sweep? Probably like 560 would make sense. I don't really know the differences in like what you call them, but like this area is probably like lower priority. 680s. I think this is the obvious one at 560. Next obvious one is prior day's low at 450. And then the big one would be down here at 29,240. Those are like my, not that I'm actually like executing trades off them as support levels, but those are the areas that I'm just looking quickly at a 30-minute chart kind of stand out to me as like areas of, okay, the price might go want to trade there. And two of them are within prior day's range, so I don't think it's off the table. Like if we sweep out prior day's high until we reclaim prior day's high, rotations back into the low at 29,450 are very much on the table. Stalling out here though and ripping right back up would be dirty. Oh, it looks like it might happen too. A lot of sellers. Seller tried here, swept the low, coming back in already. Oh, let me check news, by the way. Did not do that. My bad, chat. My bad. That's on me. I should know better. Nothing really tonight. There is some, looks like mostly Euro news tomorrow before Jamie even gets on. And then during Jamie's stream, nothing. RTH, in this case, Liam's stream, has US 6-month bills. And that is pretty much it. Very quiet news day tomorrow. Later this week, we've got home sales on Tuesday. CPI on Wednesday. That's probably pretty important. UK GDP on Thursday. US PPI on Thursday, and Friday should be quiet, right? Retail sales. Oh, and Michigan Senate. Okay, so kind of a big news week. CPI, PPI, UK news, Asia news, and then whatever that was on Friday, jobs or something, or unemployment. Kind of a big news week. I know it wants this low at 798. There's no way we don't get 798. Not financial advice. Not even advice to myself, actually. I don't have a trade on. It's just me rambling. Chat, have y'all, if anyone in here like hops between the streams, between like Jamie, Matt, Liam, me, Rhea, Danny, do y'all know anything that I don't about the status of the shots that we'll be doing? Has Jamie, like, for anyone that doesn't know, actually, let me pull up the contract. This is this is the agreement that we signed. Long story short, first person to get a payout gets to choose what the other two people are drinking on a co-stream with Matt at some point in the form of shots. It's not going to be tasty. I can just tell y'all right now, it's not like a, oh, here, have a shot kind of like, no, it's going to be some BS. So, does anyone have intel for me? I would like to know. I want to prepare myself ahead of time. I know Jamie's been throwing out some ideas, but I don't know if it's been like bounced between y'all and him, or if it's just the chat. If he's letting chat decide, in which case I'm cooked. I'm gonna be drinking just straight dirt. Hot sauce. Honestly, a shot of hot sauce is not... I don't know how I feel about that. Depends on the sauce. Some fiendish suggestions? Like what? I haven't heard any. The only one I heard was like something to do with steak sauce. I don't even remember the rest of it. It was like, I know it was like a third steak sauce and then something else. Fiendish suggestions? Like what? Dude, it's gonna be so brutal. It's gonna be brutal. Hot sauce could be doable. It just depends what it is. If he like has us ordered the bomb, that's gonna be tough. I mean, Jaeger and a spoon of mayo. Ew. I mean, that's not like awful, but that's definitely not great. It's definitely not great. What's a Mayor? Jack Daniels, Jim Beam, Johnny Walker would honestly be pretty tame. I'm gonna look up what that is. Mayor. What is this? An American brand of Basque, I don't know if I'm saying that right, Basque liqueur, a type of Bronvin. Don't know what that is. Okay, it's like Nordic potato spirits. Flavored with wormwood. Known for its extremely bitter taste. Oh god. Has been described as infamous and the worst booze ever. Of course it has. Why wouldn't it have been? Okay. Noted. Noted. That's called Three Wise Men. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. That's funny. Yo, W pin comment. Go check that out, y'all. Can't believe we haven't swept this low. 798. Unreal. Back to, this is what I was saying. This would be the dirty play. If we actually don't sweep this low, we just come right back up. That'd be tough. Good morning. What's up? Chat, I was going to say something else too. Went over boating, went over fishing. What am I missing? I know there's something else. Went over the coffee. Went over my simple syrup realization that simple syrup exists. What else was there? Y'all ever like have a list of things you're gonna say, or like a not a to-do list, but like you want to say something and you know you're gonna say, and you start saying something else and you completely forget, like whatever you had in your head just evacuated. Man, whatever, it'll come to me at some point. I promise. I will let y'all know as soon as I know. expeditiously need this to trade to somewhere that I can participate from because I can't do anything here. I say I suck at shorting and all that, and then I call out 2 shorts that would have worked. Didn't take them. Don't get paid to be an analyst, but they worked. If only I listened to myself. As of right now, sellers in profit. This seller working on it looks dicey. It just looks dicey both ways. So I'm going to continue standing on the hands. Oh, chat, I slept. What can I wonder if I can find it. Probably not because it's from a prior day. Like it wasn't last night, it was the night before. Right? It's not going to have it. It does not. Maybe I can cross-reference for y'all though. Will this show? Okay. I don't know how much of this is actually going to show up, but I am going to try. Y'all would direct your attention to the screen. Direct y'all attention real quick. All right, can y'all see that? It says, I slept for 12 hours and 49 minutes. Hold on. My watch turned off at a terrible time. Oh, stand by. I gotta go find it again. My bad. Sorry to keep y'all on big face for this. I know this is difficult. All right, I slept for 12 hours and 49 minutes, and my sleep score was, on the corresponding day, 61. Tough. Got a skill issue on sleeping now, apparently, too. Anyone got tips on how to not skill issue my sleeping? Standing on standing on hands, yeah. Well, because it came up in other streams that I don't sit, because I don't. And yeah, if I'm not sitting, I gotta stand on them, right? If I'm not doing anything with it. Do I have any tips for time frame matching? Not really. Well, that's hello slaps. I wouldn't say I really do that. I don't entirely know what you mean by that, honestly. If you want to elaborate, I'll try to I don't know, give you something, but yeah, I don't really know what you mean by that. All right, another big seller. I mean, the sellers might be cooked. Big sells, these guys got paid, are getting paid. Big sell down here, couldn't get any lower. Tried, couldn't move past this initial consolidation from 804 and is now getting violently ripped. Might be back to prior day's high at 870. Might be the next stop. Maybe. We'll find out. Yeah, this looks like an aggressive little V. You're on Lucid funded and the candles are behind. Did you just get this account? When I say just, I mean like within the last 15 minutes. If not, if you did get it within the last 15 minutes, just give it some time for the account to set up. I don't know how fast. I know you can upgrade immediately, but I don't know how fast after upgrading from eval to funded, you actually get like real-time data. I had that once where I had to just like give it a few minutes and then refreshed and it was fine. If it has been more than 15, refresh your chart, reopen whatever platform you're using. And if that doesn't work, I don't know, hit up support maybe. Lucid's got pretty good support from what I know. I'm stood outside, if you understand. Losing that bet's giving me nightmares. No, I'm fine with that. I don't care about that. I mean, I had a couple beers, so that doesn't help. Probably explains the marathon level of sleep for a atrocious sleep score. I said it wrong, just like marking liquidity pools and entries based on certain time frame. Nah, you're good, dude. Yeah, I don't really look at the market that way. I know I was talking about that earlier of like, hey, if we trade lower, like these wicks are kind of where I expect to see us trade to, just because they're really obvious points of interest. I mean, NQ loves to wick out prior highs and lows, more so than like most other markets, I think, because it's such a thin market in comparison. So like prior day's high, for example, here, I don't think ES has actually found prior day's high yet. It has not. Like, see how we're, what is this, 20 points almost, like 15 points away from prior day's high on ES, but NQ has already went up and snagged it. NQ just loves to wick out prior lows and highs and just prior obvious wicks. So that's kind of why I'm looking at it in the sense of, if we're trading lower, what's the obvious target? And right now, I'd assume it's, if we actually roll off aggressively from prior day's high at 860s, the obvious target, the one that like the first thing I see when I open the chart and that jumps out to me, is this low at 560. If we get there. Where are we on this chart? What does this look like? Again, I'm really interested in seeing us trade 750s. I think that would make sense. I think it lines up really well with the Kelt and where the counter channel is going to be. Gotta wait and see though. Gotta wait and see. $50K balance. First off, DIY, I'm not Matt. My name's Jaws. What's up? If you want to know more about me, though, you can hit the link in the description or the bio or the pinned comment or the comment Matt dropped to Jaws's landing page and go click around. See the account I'm using, see the streams for the live schedule for all the other streamers, etc. Go take a look. Why not? Okay, sleeping this low, coming into, not yet, but looking at the lower Kelt would be nice. Man, bro, I just saw that GIF you sent. Interesting. I'd really like to see this sell, not just stall out and do nothing. You know? Would be nice. Just so I can participate on the long for the way back up, but we'll get there when we get there. Chat, we're almost 1 hour into the session. Quick little vibe check. What are y'all doing that you like? What are you doing that you don't like? Are you up? Are you down? If you're up, are you up in a good way? Meaning like, hey, I followed my rules, trade played out, made money, awesome, system's working as it should. Are you down? Is it a good down, or is it a I broke my rules and I'm down? If you're up, did you break your rules? If so, what was the rule? Etc. For me personally, I am very okay with standing on my hands so far. Again, I don't really like shorts, considering you zoom out a little bit and you see what we've done recently where we just go straight up. Especially here, this candle right here, when we broke 29K, that was where the Apex account originally took like 900 in drawdown in the span of like 5 minutes. So I'm very okay not shorting. Yeah, I'm pretty okay with, the decision making so far. How y'all doing? This sort of V, the fact like when we normally do get a V like this, normally has more juice, I feel like. Kind of interesting that it failed here. Because that's normally like a pretty aggressive setup. To full on V like that. We're trading, I mean, we just ran that low. And we're still trading like in that area. Say my stop and breaks, adding one. Going well, GG's. ASMR bullish because daily time frame. I really don't have a bias for the week. I don't even necessarily have a bias for the day. I have a bias for the next like 20 minutes that I might be in a trade, and then after that, I don't care. I don't care if it goes up, down, or sideways, as long as something on my screen here. Why am I bugging? Oh no, I was bugging. It was interesting. Yeah, I don't really have like a long-term bias like that at all. I just kind of trade what's in front of me. Are we really gonna wick this out and not go lower? There's no way, right? Like, I'm not gonna long this because it's not at the area that I was looking for a long, but I'd really like it to get to that area. I think stopping here is like what Ryan says, just straight fluff. If we stop here and rotate higher, I personally think it's just straight fluff and we're going to end up going back down after, personally. That's just me. Make your own decisions. Green. Nice, nice, nice. GG's, Austin. You're waiting for 768? Yeah, similar. Not same, but similar. I'm waiting for like 750s. Doesn't look like I'm going to get it, apparently. Hey, what up, Song? What's going on? Howdy. Avoiding Globex because Tokyo spooked you on Thursday? Rip. Dude, that's how I felt coming into when I first started trading RTH again recently, like New York Open. I got spooked the first time I traded it because I just forgot how whippy it was. Legit, like 100 points down, 100 points up in like 15 minutes. Wild. I'm just going to throw up my settings right here and just take those. This is literally just like normal Keltner channel. You know, pause the stream or whatever. 200, 5.5, nothing crazy. And back to Kelt mid. Gross. Not a fan of that. Not a fan of it. Don't like it at all. Not even a little bit. No, you're good, ASMR. You're good. Yeah, I don't know the whole like ICT lingo. I know like fair value gap, order block, etc. I don't know like acronyms. But I also just don't like, I don't trade with like that long of a bias, you know? Like my average trade time. Will this give me stats? Let's find out. Let's find out together. Will this give me stats? No, this is like a news page. This is something. Don't know what this is. Aha. Oh, this is cool. It gives you like a breakdown. Does it give me a... Oh, yes, it does. This is what I was looking for. Like a duration thing. My trades on this, my average duration is 8 minutes and 58 seconds. That being said, I've taken like literally one trade, so take that with a grain of salt. But most of my trades are around, like this is what I would say is a very average trade for me. Most of my trades are like 15 minutes or less. It's rare that I hold anything over like 30 minutes. So that being said, I know I have one trade on here that's not enough data, but still, same idea. This is a cool dashboard though. I've never used this before. Like a compass thing here. Yo, win rate 100%. Chat, am I him? Am I him? 100% win rate? Never taking another trade on this account again. This is the 100% win rate account. Y'all heard it here first. You got your candles fixed? GG. You're looking at 850? Sure. That makes sense for longs. Honestly, I agree with both of those takes. Like, one, there's a lot of lingo to be thrown around in trading. However you learn trading, whatever way makes sense for you to learn it, great. And then second piece, like, if it's free and you enjoy learning it that way, why not? Like, I'm not going to tell you what to do or what to follow or who to read, what not to read. Like, you got to figure it out on your own. I can give you pointers maybe, but like, it's your journey. Do with it what you will, you know? So I see I see like the side of the coin from both of those points. Yeah, peace, Zach. GG's. Thank you for Enqueudle again. That's a fun game. I will definitely be playing that. I can't believe we're back to Kelp mid, man. What are we doing? What up, Liam? What's going on? What is up, dude? Liam, we were just talking about the concoctions Jamie's gonna have cooked up for us. Do you have any intel on that? Last I heard was there's a potential Jaeger with mayo, and then I know there's some talk of like steak sauce being thrown around as well. Neither of those sound appetizing. Not a fan of either of those. Heard the same? Rip. I don't know when mine's gonna happen. Like, yours might happen. The earliest I'd be able to do mine is because of the co-stream requirement in the contract would be September. So I don't know if it's going to be like a group thing where we all do it, or if it's going to be like a one by one. I don't know. We'll see. Pretty funny though. I mean, at the end of the day, he has to like officially call it in, you know, like now that the payout has been taken, it's up to Jamie to officially notice us of, hey, this is what you're going to have to do. So we still have time. Don't worry. You still have time. That being said, I'm very much looking forward to the next one as well. Very much looking forward to that. I think none at the office. No. I don't think that would fly. Yeah, exactly, Todd. That's a few of them for sure. That's a bad look, is what that is. I'm very much looking forward to the next round, though. I do think, one, equal starting points would be sick. Two, though, more importantly, honestly, I think there should be a penalty if you blow an account. So, like, let's say we all start from an eval, like a 50K, I don't know, Lucid daily eval. And let's say 2 of the 3 of us pass it first try, but one of us blows it. I feel like there should be a penalty for blowing it. I don't really know what that penalty would be. Maybe like an extra shot. I don't know. But there definitely should be a penalty, in my opinion. Can't believe we're back to Kelp mid. Kind of a boring session so far. Like, other than the 2 shorts that I somehow managed to call out, pretty boring so far. Hasn't done a ton. Get Matt to join. Matt said he would take a shot of the Tesla tequila. I don't know if y'all have kept up with that, but he has like this bottle of the Tesla tequilas that were sold a while ago. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let me pull up a photo real quick. But he does have one of those chilling in the office, and he said that he would take it, or he would take one with us in solidarity. That being said, I don't know about solidarity because his is going to taste significantly better than ours. I think these were like, weren't they like a limited edition like run or something? It's a bottle of Don Julio. It's like a limited edition tequila run. It's basically just the bottle that you're buying. What up, Myron? What's going on? What is up, dude? Hey, if y'all are just joining, 1, I'm going to run through everything I did earlier as well. But 2, make sure to smash the like button if you're just joining. Say what's up. What is going on? T2P, baby. T2P. back to kelp mid. Tough. Can I explain my strategy? I can give you like a top to bottom rundown, sure. Basically, just look for overextension. Overextension when we have a semi range bound market, like two-way trade. So, like if we have, let me pull up my profile real quick. Kind of messy order flow up here too. If we have like this, for example, where we have a nice balanced profile and we're just going sideways, any breaks or deviations from that balance, like down to 750s, for example, what I've been talking about, I would be interested in taking a long from this area if we get down there to then go retarget balance back up at like 850, basically, where current point of control is. Like that would be my ideal trade setup right now, is that we wick out this point of control from yesterday and then rip back into 850. Theoretically, could have taken the same thing from the highs up here where this white line is, because that marks a low volume node. So like, yes, that trade is valid. That being said, I suck at shorting straight up. I don't like it. I'm not good at it. It is what it is. I just have trouble getting on board and like actually holding the shorts. They suss me out, so didn't take it. And then look for order flow to confirm if applicable. As of right now, big sellers stepping in, trying to trade lower, buyers trying to defend. Like as of right now, this whole area to me, 835 down to like 800, is very much like a coin flip, honestly. This whole thing just looks like a coin flip. So I don't really want to get involved there. Why am I looking at 750? Because this is where prior day's point of control is. So this like yellow, orangish, rust-ish colored line at 755, that is prior day's point of control. That's just the price that had the most volume traded. I have my profile set to an increment of 4. So technically it's like the point range, not the tick, that had the most contracts traded, but it's close enough, same deal. So I would like a revisit of that high volume. That being said, it doesn't really look like I'm going to get it, considering we just wicked out the lows and we're going right back up into 850. So just got to be patient. Just got to be patient. Try not to FOMO into terrible trades in the meantime. What up, Barian? What's up? No payouts. I had the Lucid funded, the Lucid daily 50K funded. And then in my rush to catch Jamie on Thursday, I think it was. Yeah, it was Thursday. In my rush to catch Jamie on Thursday, absolutely kaboomed it. It's all in the Discord too. If anyone's interested, tbm.gg/discord on the bottom right. You can just filter my messages basically and see what happened. But yeah, kaboomed it. Which is why next time we're all going to be starting from equivalent starting points. And I'm not going to be starting like 3,500 in the hole. But that's on me. I can't complain. That's on me. I did not make that term clear when I signed the contract. It's double on me considering I also wrote the contract. I wrote one version of it. You know what I can't wait for though? I cannot wait for us to go retrade some of these like really big psych numbers, like 30K. I really want to go retrade 30K and then see what happens there. Do we double top it at like 3,100 and then trade back down all the way to 29K? Maybe. I don't know. Or do we get like an absurd clean break and retest off of news or something and then push it? Also, don't know. But I'm interested. Good thing I didn't try to short the hole. Kind of turboing out of it now. GG's to anyone that took the 800 long. Makes total sense. Again, just not what I wanted to see, so didn't take it, but makes sense. Don't blame me at all for taking it. All right, so for anyone new joining that missed my whole spiel earlier, quick rundown. Just gonna give you all the rundown of what I did this weekend. Friday, hit the bar, as one does. Duh. Saturday, got 12 and a half hours of sleep with a 61 sleep score. Make it make sense. And then today, went and hit some fishing / boating. All in all, a pretty good weekend. I'll take it. Now we're back to the grind, baby. Back to the stream. Back to prior day's high, too. Tough. Not where I want to see us trade back to right now, honestly. But all in all, a pretty good weekend. I had fun. Also, one thing. Also, hold on. You have to give me a second for this one because I have to like basically remake it from scratch. So give me like a hot 30 seconds. But I think, chat, if you remember truck talk from a while ago, I think this is I think this may be what we're going with. Obviously not like right now, but just down the line. This may be the choice. I think I'd be pretty chill with this. Give me 1 second. Cooking up some fuego on the second screen real quick. 1 second. Some absolute heat is being cooked right now. If only y'all could see this. Absolutely fire. Chat, what's y'all's thought on dash cams? Do you like them? Don't like them? Have one? Don't have one? I know they're generally a good idea, but it also doesn't it doesn't cover the sides. Like I like the Tesla ones where it's like cameras on literally every side of the car, including like the top, so you can see what's happening at any given point. Just like a forward facing dash cam, like I get the purpose and like it can be useful, but I wish like whole car coverage was more standard with dash cams and not just like the front, you know? Okay, I think this is probably kind of what it's going to look like, chat. I think this is where we are. Not terrible, right? Not terrible. I think it's doable. I think it's doable. I wouldn't hate this, all right? I'd be pretty okay with this. Yes, packing the bowl. Yes, okay. You got any problems with that? I don't hate it though. I like the bed space. Cabin space looks decent. The build, honestly, this kind of looks like what Tacomas used to look like. Anyone know what I'm talking about? Like new Tacomas have like a very boxy shape nowadays, like the new gen. This kind of like almost takes a step back and like goes back towards like what a Tacoma was, you know? And I kind of like that a lot because the old Tacoma shape is mint, like genuinely awesome. So I kind of rock with this, chat. I kind of rock with this. Only thing's the price tag. Don't love the price tag, but that's like what they all are nowadays. Like honestly, relatively speaking, it's not terrible because like Canyons, I priced out a Canyon of like what I would have wanted and it was like 54. That's like arguably a worse truck. So it's kind of where I'm at with it. We are also blasting through prior day's highs, so that's exciting. 1970. Test drive it. Not that specific one, not yet. Soon though, soon. I will let y'all know when I do. Soon. Realistically, it'd probably be like more towards the end of this year, not anytime soon. Like November, December, especially if I can get like a like end of year deal, that would be awesome. That would be very cool. You know, like a, hey, trying to get this off the lot, 50% off. No, not 50. I really doubt that would happen, but what up, Lambro? Wait, where'd you see 0% for 36? Did I miss that? Or is that just like somewhere on the website? Can I not read, or? Where do you see that? Can I not read? Or maybe that's like a your area specific offer. Maybe, I don't know. I would take that though. 36, 3 years at 0%. Not bad. I only see, this is for a lease though. I don't want a lease. Oh, I see what you're saying now. Got it. Yeah, okay. I see this on the offers page. There's like certain qualifications for it though. What is NMAC? Nissan Motor Acceptance. Okay, so that's got it. So if you finance through their internal financing for well-qualified buyers, what is a well-qualified buyer? Does that just mean credit score 850? To consider a well-qualified buyer, lenders generally look for a credit score of 720 or above. Oh, easy. I thought it was gonna be like 850 plus. 850 is actually the max, right? So 800 plus. Yeah, 850 is the max. Huh, good to know. Thank you for the shout, Lambra. Thank you for the shout. That is good to know. Can we like go trade something that's executable for me instead of just ranging the same 90 points for the entire session? That'd be awesome. No, I see what you're looking at now. It looks like it's through Nissan's like financing arm. So that's good to know. Yeah, Todd. I mean, maybe it's different, like, you know, based on the lender. I guess I'll let y'all know what it ends up being, since y'all are on the journey with me to look at one and get one, I guess. What up, Kyle? Kyle, are you talking about the contract? Because I did not win. Jamie has won. If that's what you're talking about. If you're talking about this bad boy, what up, Mitch? What's going on? If you're talking about this bad boy, then yeah, I couldn't get it done. Could not get it done. What about what? Dude, every time I see your name, I say it wrong. Let me start over. What's up? Just about right. I always want to say what about right because I combine what's up to your name. My bad. That is on me. All right. Currently back above prior day's high. I don't see a trade for myself to take here. Kind of tough. But we wicked out the lows at 800. Frant ran everything that I was looking at, including the Celts. I did say if we wick the Celts, even if it's in front of 750, I would take it at that point. Didn't do that. Just wicked out 800 and then are pumping right back into the highs. And I told Joe I don't like shorts. I am not going to take a short here. So my only option is to stand on my hands, which is impressive. Oh, the video title. Yeah, we're back on the old title for now, just for a second. Well, so the answer is yes and no. Yes, the old Lucid Daily did get funded on Friday. And then Thursday or Friday? No, Thursday, sorry, on Thursday. And then I consequently blew it trying to catch Jamie. F. Womp womp. No trade for me. Hate to see it though. Hate to see it. Dude, Jamie had like a $3,000 lead on me at all times. Like literally at all times. It was not close. That being said, GG's to him for winning. Like he crushed it. You know, he stayed consistent, got the payout, and then most importantly, didn't like try to push the gas pedal. He just like got within range and took it. So GG's to that. Made sure to lock in the W, so to speak. At the very least, like go run the highs, right? Like go run 906, whatever this is. So we don't just range to infinity. Wow, this is a lot of buyers. A lot of buyers on the way up too, which is interesting. So this means one of two things to me. And again, it's a coin flip. Like end of the day, you have two buttons to press. One goes up, one goes down, right? Large buyers at these highs, which also, again, I say large buyers just because that was the aggressive participant here. This is aggressive buyers hitting the ask at the highs that sold off from. Sellers tried to take us lower, indicated by these big red bubbles, the sells, failed to go below the spike low down here at 800. Buyers rotated out of that low and then have picked up the buying effort since then. That being said, every time there's a buyer, there's a seller and vice versa. These aggressive buys are also coming into, in order for these aggressive buys to execute, there has to be a passive seller on the other side willing to sell those contracts. So there's two ways to read this. You can either look at this and zoom out a little bit and see, hey, market looks like it's going up, has been for the past week and a half or whatever. So if I see large buying activity, I probably want to join that buying activity because, again, historically, the last week and a half, buyers have had a pretty good go at it and have made headway and therefore profit. That being said, you can also look at this from the perspective of buyers are trying to get above prior day's high, anything above 867 all the way up to 906, current top of range. This like 30-point gap, 40-point roughly. This 40-point area has seen buyers trying to trade above it, as indicated, with large sellers continuing to bring the market lower, and in this case, large passive sellers absorbing all of this aggressive buying activity and then bringing us back into the range. Prior day's high here is like the key point. Like whatever happens here, I think probably sets the tone for the next session, let's say. So if we can manage to hold above prior day's high, which we're trying right now, then continued upside makes a lot of sense to me to then go sweep out up here at 30K 80 roughly. Let me just bookmark this real quick. And then if sellers have it and this large passive seller absorbs all the buyers and then eventually becomes active and sells down to prior day's low, then I think, again, prior day's low is like the ultimate target. First real kind of stopping point for me would be 750. I still think untested point of control is a phenomenal place to get long if you have confirmation for it. Obviously, don't just like step in front of a falling knife, moving train, whatever. But if you can find confirmation that fits your parameters at that area, could be worth a shot. That's how I'm looking at this right now. Again, we are kind of just in like smack middle of nowhere, unfortunately, because we are ranging prior day's high and like dead center of the Celts, basically. That's kind of a no-go zone for me, so I'm not touching this, but that's how I'm reading it. If I were to stay up and trade the whole night, at some point something will happen. If I had to guess, probably London session, like 3, 4 a.m. Eastern time generally sees a decent move just in time for Jamie to get on. But that's how I'm reading it. What up, Mantis? What's going on? What is popping? Welcome back, Globex Edition Mantis. I do have more tea chat. I have honey green hot tea now. Oh, nice sells. Globex goated? Maybe, sometimes. Sometimes. Okay. Oh, what up, Nicholas? What up? What's going on? Short the 3-minute doji? Why am I not surprised, sir? Why am I not surprised? I mean, it paid up here too. This short at like 900 that I was sitting up there talking about, I'm not going to take it. I don't like shorts. Paid for like literally 100 points. So maybe I should listen to myself. I don't know. ATR for me right now is sitting around 22. That's kind of in line with where it's been recently. So that makes sense. Backed current session point of control at 850 is interesting. Paid at the bottom too, indeed. We are currently at point of control on the session so far. Interested to see what happens here. Doing a little bit of a tea transfusion here. Tea ASMR. And I still spilled some. God. Unbelievable. What a rookie move. Absolute rookie move out of me. Spilled on my phone too. F. If I took it, it wouldn't be regret. Yeah, man. I mean, if I bought the lottery and I won, I wouldn't regret that either, right? It is how trading goes. You got to get used to it. Stalling out at point of control here is kind of interesting. Pretty interesting. I do think it's worth noting, again, like had a ton of buyers stepping in here. Big buys, big buys, big buys at the highs as well. Didn't even see when this happened. My bad. Should have been paying attention. Buyers, sellers stepped in. Sellers currently getting paid. Buyers are fighting for their position at this point. These large buyers that were tapping in here between like 850, 860, those buyers are currently underwater. Not by much, but by a little bit. Oh, that's true. Are there any meme lines we can draw? What do we got? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at the tech. Look at the tech. So what am I looking at for here? Like, what is the, what's the next play? What's the next target that the meme line has dictated? How do I read these? Okay, a large buyer trying at 850s again, same spot. Ton of buying here, not really going anywhere. That being said, this is off point of control. And again, I'm not shorting this. As much as all of this is looking at me like, yes, take the short, I'm not doing it. 29,890 because of reasons? For sure, for sure. Nice reasons, appreciate that. Very good. Okay, they're trying. Spike, again, still below prior day's high. Like, this is the line in the sand, is can we get above prior day's high? As of right now, failing to do so. I am. Don't worry, I am. I'm not shorting this. As much as I want to, I'm not shorting it. Even if all of it is screaming at me to short, I feel so much more comfortable taking the 750 long than I do shorting anything up here. Took your 15, GG's. We like that. We definitely like that. Okay, currently fighting to get above prior day's high. Interesting. They are trying it. Worth noting. What does the order flow look like is a good question. All right, as of right now, these buyers are getting paid now. No longer Omega underwater. Interesting. One of these orders, like 100, I'm just going to round, 100 micros is 10 minis. So 200 a point off 63. It's crazy. I can't imagine trading that much size, dude. That's crazy. I'd like to one day. Like, once I've got the account balance to back it up, I would very much like to. But just for now, that, like, just seeing that number fly around would be crazy. Just a crazy amount of money to be made or lost within literally seconds. It's wild. Speaking of losing a bunch of money, y'all see that Leopold dude got blown up like right after his wedding? Or he didn't blow up. He strategically sold a lot of assets to meet margin. It was like the day after his wedding. It's crazy. MotiveWave is a platform that you can buy. Yes, I just use it because I've been using it forever. Down the line, I will be switching to Tradester once it is out and available for use. Oh, buyer's trying it. Okay, here we go. Moment of truth. Can they actually run the highs? If you're interested in checking out Tradester, go hit the old link I just sent in the chat. Go check it out. But yeah, as of right now, like, MotiveWave is a platform you can use. You have to pay for it. I pay for it. But down the line, I will definitely switch to Tradester. This whole area, though, like, it's not just this little block we've got built out here right around prior day's high. It's like here up to 900 is like the must defend zone for sellers. If sellers are going to grab this, this is like the do or die zone for sellers. What up, K-Thrap? How you doing? Back below prior day's high, trying it again the 19th millionth time. 19th millionth. New number just dropped, guys. My bad. Oh, yeah, that's right. So if you have a Lucid account, which, I mean, I'm just going to, now that you brought it up, if you have a Lucid account, which if you're interested in seeing what I'm trading the 50K Lucid daily eval right now. Go hit that link to the website and then go poke around. You can see my landing page as well as all the other prop accounts available. Best discount with TBM. Keep it in mind. Go check it out. But yes, if you have a Lucid account, you do get a license to MotiveWave as well. Thank you for the shout, Micah. I completely forgot about that just because I'm so used to paying for it myself for like literally 2 years at this point that I forgot that was an option through Lucid. But yes, correct. You can do that. I personally like the daily option from Lucid a lot, by the way, for what it's worth. Only thing you've really got to be careful about is the fact that prior to the funded in the eval, you can set like, you have the option to choose end of day or intraday trailing drawdown. In the funded account, it's intraday up until you hit the buffer amount. And then after that, it's all like static. But up until that area, you just got to be careful with the intraday trailing drawdown part, just so it doesn't snag you by accident. My personal recommendation for getting around that is just size down. Like don't change anything else about the way you trade. Like whatever got you to being funded is what you should continue doing, right? Because it's making you money, but just dial back the leverage a little bit maybe. That way you don't get caught unawares by the intraday trailing drawdown part, because it can be tricky, especially if you're not used to it. So like if you trade, I don't know, 5 micros normally, dial it back to like 3 maybe while you're still in the intraday drawdown section. And then once you're out of it, obviously go back to whatever. But just be cognizant of the fact that it is intraday trailing drawdown in the funded. Back below prior day's high, by the way, for what it's worth. Well, kind of like fighting around it for now, but currently still there. This was kind of a nice attempt from buyers to trade higher. See what happens. Like this is a big push from buyers to get up and through this area, and they're not getting a ton out of it so far. You know? They're not getting a ton out of it so far. I know I said I'm not shorting. Part of me though is tempted to take the short with like some ludicrous, like what was I saying before this? I can't imagine seeing the numbers move around for like 100 lot. Like what about like a cheeky little 100 contract short on the sim? I'm not gonna do it just because of like bad habits, but it's a funny thought. We still have not moved from this area though, so tough. Anyone grab the long from the lows around 800? I thought I saw someone that said they grabbed one of those. Maybe they closed it out. I don't know. They took like 20 points there. If so, you still holding? You grabbed it, took 50, got knocked out of VWAP. I mean, took 50. GG, dude. GG. Long from 29,807. Okay, so yeah, you snagged like pretty much the low. I mean, close enough. GG. Took in one account down there fully out. I mean, still banging trade. Nice longs. Long day hundreds close way too early. Yeah, story of my life. GG's though. I mean, GG's to anyone that took it. You got paid. That's what matters. Pretty solid. Still more buying coming in at the highs. This time at 880. Still more buying. What does it mean, chat? What does it mean? I'm just so skeptical to short anything. Y'all know me. Literally the worst bear of all time. I just find it so hard to short, like, especially when we're kind of like in all-time high territory. It's one thing if we have like a major news event, like the one thing that'll change it for me is if we have like a major news event happening, like the COVID crash, for example, or when like the yen carry trade like really started to unwind. That's like when there's like a big macro event to justify a short, then sure, like why not? If the market's going down, take it. But when we have like normal conditions, if you want to call it that, or markets are kind of just grinding up, I find it very difficult to get on board with shorts. Just because in normal, again, quote, normal conditions, there's usually a lot more money looking to purchase rather than sell. Just my view of it. It's just how I approach it. Make your own decisions. Really got not much going on for me tonight. I mean, honestly, I haven't had a night. I don't think I've had a night on stream so far where I didn't take a trade. And that doesn't happen often because normally, like, we get, especially with Tokyo Open, we normally get some amount of movement into like an area of interest for me. Tonight, not so much. So I know it's boring for y'all, but like as a test of patience for myself, it's a good exercise for sure to like talk through the things that I'm seeing, but then not actually, you know, participate, like let it kind of simmer, let it play out, etc. New strategies, printing, cut my teeth in Globex, maybe the goat for testing price is so fair. I do kind of agree with that, especially having traded some RTH recently. It's not just that it's slower, it's like there's less, for lack of a better word, just like less completely random wicks that happen during Globex. Yeah, that's the only way I can explain it. Like RTH is just so prone to these like legit just like 50 point down, 50 points straight back up, like literally within 20 seconds. Like if you're in a position during that, you're just, and your stop isn't like 100 points wide, you're just cooked. As long as I don't play League, we're good. I will not play League, don't worry. I will not play League on stream, I promise. That's funny though. Not a big League guy. Not a League fan. Bro, what do you know about ripping top Teemo, huh? I play a lot of jungle. Like when I play ranked, which is never, because ranked is just, if you play ranked, you're either really trying to grind or you just hate yourself. Just straight up. Ranked is just brutal. Where do I draw my fixed range volume profile? I don't draw them. I have, sorry, my voice just like borderline cracked. I have Motivwave draw it for me. So these are session profiles, meaning it's an entire session's worth of volume and price by volume. And when I say session, I don't just mean RTH. I mean like the full session, like Globex open to RTH close. That's a session. So that's what this is showing. And then I mark, obviously, again, I say I do this, the software does it, which is a lot of the reason why I use Motivwave specifically for this study. So that way it does all of this for me and I don't have to like go in on my chart and like draw boxes manually. I can just like adjust the sensitivity as needed and then kind of just let it do its thing from there. Which, by the way, I did want to see, because this is still pretty noisy, even at 50. What if I go up to like, if I bump that by 10%, go to like, no, 20%, let's go to 60. Like, does this cut some of the noise? Kind of cut some of the noise here. A lot of noise here still, but nothing not doable. Let's go with that. I don't really want to scale it up too much because then stuff is just going to start disappearing that I do want to see. So I think that's probably fine. So much buying coming in. We are coming back into that area right up here, 900, where there's a ton of orders that hit. Very curious to see what happens there. Very curious. Blitz top. Oof. Teemo jungle. Oof. Teemo jungle does not sound fun. I feel like I would hate that. Foreign ROM. Sup? What's going on, dude? What is up, my guy? Still just a big chillin' looking at the chart. Big chillin'. Crazy weekend? Well, don't drop crazy weekend and then don't tell us about it. Please do. My weekend was good. I went fishing / boating, drank some beers, chilled. Not much else I can ask for, honestly. So I'm down with it. Had a pretty good weekend. Didn't really exercise at all this weekend, which is not great. So I am hitting the gym tomorrow morning, bright and early. But yeah, that's the only, like, if you want to call it like a high and low, that's my only low, is that I didn't exercise. Nicholas, that's funny. Yeah, there's a whole like crew of us. Nicholas, if you go to the code, not the code, if you go to the link that's in either the description or the pinned comment, hit that link, and then at the top, you'll see live streams. Follow that, and you'll see like the whole schedule of who's streaming when. There's like literally a whole crew of us. All right, Foreign, I'm still waiting on this weekend update, man. You can't come in here, say crazy weekend, and then just disappear. It's not how that works. That's crazy. Went to see Spider-Man, got in a fight, and got kicked out. Interesting. Currently back above prior day's high. Did have a little bit of, hate to say the word, fight. Had a little fight around prior day's high, and currently trading above it now. Maybe for good. It's just been the same story the whole way up. Like just a ton of buying. Ton of buying with like, I mean, I guess you can get long this pullback like 850s and you're up like 30 points. Sure, that works. I personally don't really want to take that, but that does work. Yeah, I just don't really know what to think about it. So I'm not going to think about it. Beetaloo. Beetaloo, if you're new to trading, period, I wouldn't recommend any broker actually. I'd recommend that you go hit this website that I'm putting in the chat real quick and go read up on that. One, read up on prop firms and whether they're an option for you. Two, actually go to that website and on the top left-ish, you'll see something that says prop firm quiz. I think you should take that quiz and see where you fall. And if it tells you to go trade in sim, it means you should go trade in sim because you need to figure out what the buttons do and then go from there. But yeah, if you're super new to trading, I think that's probably your first stop. What up, Suvin? What's going on? T2P indeed. T2P. I'm doing good, Suvin. How are you? Thanks for joining in, man. Pretty boring session for me so far, though. I'm not going to lie. Haven't really done much. Have called like 2 trades that have played out, but didn't take them, so. I'm using TradeC, Alex. TradeC for execution, Motive Wave for some charting stuff. TradeC for execution, though. For what it is worth. Still struggling to go run this high. Yikes. Same story, too. Just big buying on the way up. What does it mean, chat? What does it mean? Haven't even really retraded this area. Like, what is this actually? These buys all happened within... Where was this? 897. So like 896. Really, this is like a 5-point range that all of this buying happened in, and we haven't really traded it. It's like 896. We traded 894. Just short. Tammy, I'm not Matt. My name's Jaws. You can hit the link in the description or the pinned comment. Go check out my landing page. That's like more just about me because, again, I'm not Matt. And then on the top of that website, you'll also see a live stream schedule that has everyone's schedule laid out. And while you're there, I mean, feel free to click around. I know Matt's put a ton of effort into that website, so it would mean a lot if you go check it out. Much appreciated. No, you're good. Don't be sorry. I get it. It makes sense. It's Matt's name on the channel, right? A mistake makes a lot of sense. I'm trying to think of like even like what if we wick back into prior day's high, like 870-ish area? Like, would I even be interested in taking that long? I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. Because like you zoom out a little bit and we're still just extremely balanced. Like extremely balanced. Again, I'm not shorting, not touching it. I've been saying that for an hour and a half, 2 hours actually, and I'm not about to switch up on that. not shorting this, but I also am not getting long either. I just don't see a long that makes sense. Be like that. I really do be like that. I was talking about a wick into prior day's high. Ask and you shall receive, I guess. Almost there, at least. Almost there. See if it actually wants to get there or not. Wouldn't be bad. Might not even actually get the trade lower, though. This might be a little 880s bounce and a rip. Ripperoonie. Jaws, what brought you to trading? Do you have any background? I've been interested in trading for a long time, not necessarily futures the whole time. So TBM Matt is the one who actually introduced me to futures through his channel. Prior to that, I traded some equities in like a personal brokerage and had some interesting trades. Let's just go with that. Had some interesting moments there. And then found futures through Matt, and I've been trading futures since, mostly props, a little bit of personal dabbling in there, but mostly props. I do have a degree in business admin with concentrations in finance, but I wouldn't say that's what brought me to trading. I was interested in trading way before that, like since I was like 16-ish. So happened way before college. But yeah, I'm just interested in it because I think it's interesting. I mean, I think it's a part of it obviously is like, hey, make money from anywhere, right? Like just trade, open your laptop, open your computer, whatever, and make money. Like that's also cool. Don't get me wrong. That is a big like draw to trading, is the fact that like you can work remotely is really cool. But I also think you need to keep in mind like you are working, like it's very easy to not treat trading as a job when you very much should be treating trading as a job. And if you don't know how to treat it as a job, go get a job and then you'll learn very quickly. But yeah, that's kind of my background. Nothing crazy. I do have some interesting stories. Interesting is relative, I guess, but I have some interesting stories from like trading penny stocks and all that. Everyone goes through that little phase of penny stocks. And that was ridiculous, man. That was ridiculous. I never caught, unfortunately, maybe fortunately, because otherwise I would have been like hooked. But I never caught like a good winner on penny stocks. My biggest trade on pennies was like this like shipping company when all the shipping companies were like going through a moment, and I made like maybe $400 on it, which had I held it would have gone for like God knows how much. I don't know, like probably 10x my return or whatever, but didn't hold it, which I'm fine with. Lelouch, I get that. I'm not going to say maybe like outside of trading, but like in trading, I'm not going to say I agree with that. And the reason being, and I know everyone looks at trading as like a coin flip of like you either buy or sell, right? And to an extent, that is true. It's very much true. You either buy or sell, so you're long or short. However, there is a third option, and that option is to not participate at all. No position is a position. And that's the option I'm choosing to opt for right now. Dude, Powerball at $1 billion? Not that I'm ever going to win, but fun to think. You know how many Nissan Frontiers I could buy with $1 billion? So many. 905 million, huh? Not bad. Cash value 400. The most recent winners were Texas for a match 5 power play, and then a few 1 millions: Arizona, Florida, Miami. Sorry, Miami, Michigan, New York. F. I forgot how to read. That's tough. Dude, I have a theory. They purposely run it up to like really big numbers, to like billion, 2 billion, to sucker everyone into play, and then let it hit. They indeed. You ever notice how it consistently hits around like between the 1 billion to 2 billion mark? Statistics would dictate, I think, again, I'm not a professional, I don't know what I'm talking about. Statistics would dictate, I think, that you eventually would have one that runs to 10 billion, 50 billion. You'd have an outlier at some point, and there never seems to be an outlier. Kind of interesting. But yes, they indeed. Get the meme. Yeah, my bad, MM. That's my bad. Sorry. I keep like, because on my screen, I can't see like my overlay, you know, like my little head box. I just see like my screen. So I forget that it's there. So yeah, my bad. It's on me. Good luck with my ticket. Yeah, skid steer. Yeah, a little bit of a long shot there, right? Hey man, even if it wasn't the jackpot, I mean, like if I could buy a $3 ticket and turn it into 2 M's, it's pretty good R, you know? It's pretty good risk reward. I can't even win giveaways on this. I just saw this. I can't even win giveaways on this channel. Never buying the lotto again. Rip. For what it's worth, I haven't won one either, and I've entered a lot of them. Just keeping it level. My first year, my best and luckiest trade was $800 on SLC calls, and 3 days later, they got bought up by Penn. Bro, GG. Speaking of Penn, arguably one of the greatest trades of all time is Portnoy selling. What did he originally sell Barstool for to Penn? Dude, I can't type like ever. Also, seller's kind of trying here, which is interesting. 551 million. He originally sold it to Penn for $500 million, and then bought it back like 2 years later or whatever for $1, because they just wanted to get out of the space entirely. They wanted to get out of that company. They weren't seeing the returns they wanted to, I guess. So they just bailed for $1 and sold it back to him. That is crazy. That is insane. Arguably, I think probably one of the highest like return, like percent return trades ever. That's insane. 551 million to 1. That's nuts. Sellers trying up here or what? Not really. It's all buyers still. All just buyers hitting passive sellers, I should say. Nothing aggressive yet from sellers. Sellers is me, rip. Yeah, Mitch, that sim liquidity, that sim mic really moving the markets here. As of right now, interesting that we're consolidating above prior day's high. Like we have finally cracked above and it looks like are holding above, which is interesting. I really struggle with the idea of getting long just because it's like smack middle of the range. We have a very balanced session so far. Like this is as balanced as NQ is going to get profile wise. This is like a perfect bell curve essentially for NQ. Again, there's some little like abnormalities like point of control and all that, but for the most part, like this is what balance looks like on a thin market. Um, so I really struggle with the idea of getting long at the highs. I personally would rather see like some sort of aggressive attempt to trade below prior day's high, like 870, 860s ish, that like wicks down into volume and then reclaims back above. I think if that can play out and it looks convincing, then maybe I'm willing to take like a continuation trade for a longs targeting, whatever, targeting 940s, let's say. That looks like a decent target. But until I see that, or maybe even like wick into Kelt mid to hold it, and then continuation could play out. But just getting long right here seems like a really bad risk reward scenario. Beataloo, I mean, you do you, obviously. At the end of the day, I think it's a good idea to at least check out the website and poke around and see whether you're interested in getting a prop. From a risk reward standpoint, you can spend like what, $100 or even less if you like select your options correctly with like intraday trailing with a daily loss limit for like a 50K daily eval for like $75. There's that spike I was talking about. And then your all in is 75 versus like, dude, $75, $1,000, $2,000 can go really fast on a live account. That's all I'm going to say. Again, you trade you, not telling you how to trade, do whatever you want. It's your money. But there's a lot of people in this chat speaking from experience. It's very easy to lose money, especially if you are not familiar with the space. Coming back into prior day's high, again, I'd like to see like 850. I don't want to just see like a weak attempt to trade into it that fails. I want to see something convincing. And this doesn't look convincing yet. Point of control in the session is 850. That lines up beautifully with where Kelt mid is. So I'd really like to see 850 trade and then maybe talk about a long. All right, this might be a terrible time to walk away, but I have to go to the bathroom so bad. I'll be right back. Throw the sign up real quick. Keep the chart up. Chat, make sure this doesn't go without me, okay? I'm back. I made it. I think I have made it in time for potential for what I wanted to play out. But we'll see. Beetaloo, all the questions you're asking, I personally would say just go to, I know I keep referencing it, but like it's there for a reason. Just go to the website, go take the prop firm quiz. Literally, one of the questions is like, how important is an evaluation versus going straight to funded for you? And it will answer it for you right there. But you got to go take the quiz. I'm not going to answer that for you. But the answer is there. All right, go take the quiz then. Literally, one of the questions is, again, I forget the exact wording. So it is what it is, whatever. This is kind of playing out. A large buyer in this area that has had nothing but large buyers so far. So Kelp mid getting wicked at 50s is great. Point of control, great. I need to see this reclaim prior day's high. Ideally reclaim like into 76s. And then I will potentially look for a long somewhere like around 6, 7. I'm kidding. Oh, sorry, I didn't take the sign off. My bad. But that's what I'd want to see. Okay. Everyone calm down. Everyone stay calm. Yo, stay calm. Oh, 3 isn't an option? Bruh. Okay. If it wants to fill me, I will take it. Please. Okay. Filled long on that. On the bounce off point of control. I'm going to set my stop down there just because if we revisit point of control, idea probably isn't playing out and I don't want it. And I mean, first target is like upper Celt realistically, but like 940s, 950s would make more sense. This very well could be a stop. I mean, stop at point of control is definitely dicey, but if we are really going, like if longs are actually trading this, then we're tapping point of control and we're not coming back. In which case, you know, go up. What does that look like on order flow? Looks fine. I mean, large buyers stepping up at an area with high volume. It's kind of what you want to see. The other alternative is like stop below 41. I don't hate that, just to give it a little bit more room, to like give it room to actually put in a higher low. It's an extra like 80 bucks in risk. I mean, it's not nothing, unfortunately, but I think it's probably worth it in this scenario. And then targets wise, I was looking at, what did I have marked out here? Yeah, like 29,950 for a first target. And then, I don't know, 30K. It's kind of a big trade. Let me just set this at 29,950 for now. And then if slash when it even gets there, I can reevaluate from there. If slash when though, I mean, got a ways to go, obviously. Yeah, this is a prop. This is a Lucid 20, sorry, force of habit. This is a Lucid 50K daily eval, which again, you can find on that site. Everything's listed out. Go poke around. It's in the description and the pinned comment. What up, Maddie? Depends on the trade, man. Like this stop is down here because I think if I want to give this room to retest point of control, just because I've had so many scenarios where I set a stop on point of control and I get wicked out and then it goes without me. So I want to give this room to actually trade point of control. But then anything significantly below that is where I want to get out at, because at that point, it doesn't really seem like the trade's working. So I've got my stop kind of 10 points below that roughly. I mean, maybe sellers are also going to roll this over. I don't know. We'll see. But very possible if this is playing out, it's going to take a while. Like, could very much be like a slow grind scenario. We'll see. Would have liked point of control to be a bit more reactive, but at the same time, like, I feel like I saw what I needed to here, like wick count mid, wick point of control, everything I was talking about, and saw an aggressive reaction out of it, which is this candle. At that point, kind of confirms to me, hey, buyers might actually be there. So I'm willing to get long at that point. It's just a question of it actually working, you know? How do I chart my volume profiles? I have MotoWave do it for me. That's like literally half the reason, if not more, that I use this software is just for this volume study. That way I can see also ATR is pretty low, 13 point ATR. So yeah, my stop should be perfect. I have a 2x ATR stop. Like that should be more than enough in terms of like invalidation room. Um, how do I chart them? It's literally just a full session profile. That's it. Like it just, this profile marks out all of the volume for the full session. That's it. And then I have high volume nodes and low volume nodes highlighted. You know, nothing crazy. Maybe looking at a little stoppuccino here. We'll see. Silver catching a bid. Is it? I'm not going to trade it, but is it? Let's see. Kind of. I mean, kind of got slammed yesterday too. Oh, no, not really. No, that makes sense. Silver is also in a bit of a range, although nice. Not that I'm going to trade silver anytime soon. Silver is NQ in disguise, bro. Silver's so leveraged. But nice bid out of the Celts at the lows. It's pretty cool. Oh no. Sellers reclaiming prior day's high. It might be over, chat. Mitch, don't jinx me like that. Might be over. Reclaiming back below prior day's high again. F. This might be a misread, boys. This might be a misread. I'm not reversing my trade. I'm yapping. Just anytime I'm in a trade and I start talking about, oh, it's over, just ignore. That's just me. I hate reversing trades. Absolutely hate reversing trades. If you reverse it, I mean, my take to it is like, if I reverse this trade, why did I take the long in the first place? Wasn't that confident. What up, Alpine? What's going on, dude? How's the account going? This is the new 50K Lucid daily eval because I imploded the funded. Alpine, I don't know if you were keeping track of like this little contract bet thing we've got going on. I can show you real quick. We had this contract signed. Why did it just... Oh, duh. Dude doesn't know how to use computers. Tough scene. We have Liam, Jamie, and I had this little agreement going on. First to get a payout is going to be drinking some shots on stream. So in my haste to catch Jamie before he got a payout on Thursday, I might have kaboomed the Lucid funded. Soldier down, you know? Lost the battle and lost the war. Tough. It's all right, though. Make it back. Make it back. But yeah, this is basically a fresh account. This account has like one trade on it so far, and the balance is on the screen. You can see it. Just check it. Checking for myself. Make sure it's still there. That being said, still reclaimed under prior day's high, so yikes. Big yikes. Would have liked to see this aggressive move actually get aggressive from buyers. Fragalicious, I'm not going to answer that for you. I will help you, but I'm not just going to go and do all the work for you. So here you go. Hit that link. That is Lucid's basically their info site, and you will find your answers there, but you got to read for them. I'm not going to read it for you. Good luck. Let me come back and let me know what you found. That's your homework. Got Lucid Daily. Oh, you have 3 of the Lucid Dailies? Yeah, GG, dude. Taking them slow is absolutely the way to do it, especially because you got intraday drawdown and the fundeds. You got to be careful of that, especially if you're not used to trading intraday drawdown. Like, that'll catch you real quick. So, but GG's on that. That's awesome. I'm very much a fan of the Lucid Dailies. I think it's a very interesting account to have an option for right now, especially with the like no technical payout cap part of it. The fact that like just after 8, 6, whatever like, account size you have, they move you live if you have that within a day, but like there's no hard cap on the payout amount. It's kind of interesting. Fragalicious, go read their website, bro. You gotta know what you're buying. Don't buy something, sign on the dotted line, and then turn around and ask, hey, what did I just buy? Used to trailing? Okay, good. So you'll probably crush them then. Absolutely crush them. That's what caught me up is like on Thursday when I was in the rush to like catch up with Jamie. Again, don't recommend doing that. Bad luck. But because I was 1, way over levered, just truthfully over levered. And then 2, the drawdown, like the trailing caught me. I was up like 600 to 700 on a position, and then it ran back on me. And I was like, oh, I'm chilling, I'm good. And then got stopped out and was like, what happened? Yeah, but just don't rush. Don't rush and it'll all be good. Same deal for me on this eval. I'm just trying to like take it chill, 3 micros at a time, something light. Like this stop, $157 total on the stop. Totally okay with that. A very manageable amount to lose on a single trade. That is fair. I did sign that I'm doing shots. That is true. That's very fair. Yeah, I'm gonna need to do those at some point. I don't know when though. Oh, Mitch, that's sick. That's the one you brought down or you brought back from 40 in drawdown? Sorry, with 40 remaining? That's nuts. GG's, man. That's sick. All right, what does the order flow look like here? Buyers are kind of trying. Nothing crazy. It's like literally the same. Had this buyer try at 857, got long based on that, consolidated slightly, and then have gone nowhere so far. Just scream. All right, do or die. Retesting prior day's high for the 9 millionth time tonight. Just like literally have not left this level. I do like TradeC, given I've been using it for like all of 3 days, so take that with a grain of salt, but I do like it so far. Again, I will be using TRADESTER down the line once it is released, but for right now, make and do with what I got. Slow, yeah, dude. I agree. Like, there's been some decent range back and forth, but up until right now where I just got in this trade, nothing to me that like I really wanted to be a part of. I was looking for earlier, would have liked to see 750 where this prior point of control was from yesterday, or technically Friday's session. That being said, gave it 2 good attempts to get there, and it didn't get there, so that's why at this point, I'm kinda comfortable taking the long, and we'll just see what happens. Very possible still that, like, we're just gonna fail up here, and then London's gonna go take point of control. Wouldn't be surprised at all, but just for right now, I am okay with risking the long based on all of that. Missed a dip by a few points. Rip, dude. Frant ran ya. The old front run and go. Tough. Yeah, dude, coming back from 40, that is wild. That is just grit, dude. That's just straight grit. GG's. You animal. Okay, this is the retest, at least it looks like it's coming up, of point of control that I was talking about. Like, this is why I moved my stop below here, is because I wanted specifically to give price the option to retest this area, like 850s-ish. It's pretty tight room, but it's literally for this reason, that I want to see what happens here when it tries to trade back below that. Gotta get like my screen sizing correct here. What's going on? Nice. That looks a little better. A little bit, marginally. Alpine, I caught some of your stream with Matt on Friday. I heard you DJ. That's pretty fun. I very recently got into DJing, like within the last year or so. It's pretty fun though. I like it a lot. Post some mixes. It's literally just like a running log basically of me like learning the very basics. But it's been very fun. DJ'd my friend's house parties a few times. That was awesome. Again, not very good at it, but it's a fun time for sure. One micro jail doing the Lord's work. Okay, there's the sweep into what was prior point of control. What happens here? This is exactly why I was giving this trade more room, is because I wanted it to be able to do this without getting stopped out. Doing 20 years got me into trading. Dude, 20 years? All right, you're a veteran. Absolute veteran. Pays all the bills. Dude, that's awesome. GG's. That sounds very fun. When you go, because you said you're a wedding DJ, when you go to like wedding setups, are you using, can I guess, is it a Flex 10? Or are you using something older than that, like a DDJ 1000? Because I have a Groove 6, which I know is like Alpha Theta's new like whole, oh, we're Alpha Theta now, we're not Pioneer, we're rebranding, blah, blah, blah. For the most part, I like it. There's things I would change, obviously. But for the most part, I think it's a decent deck. It's the first year slowing down. Got it. Kind of scaling it back. Hey man, 20 years. You put in your time. You have absolutely put in your grind. You use the 1000, but for stems, switch to rain. Interesting. Okay, cool. Okay, got it. I see. That's got the motorized jog wheels, right? That's kind of sweet. Or are they not motorized? Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Either way, sweet. I've never used any of Rain's stuff. I've only ever touched Pioneer / Alpha Theta, or I touched a Denon deck, whatever the small all-in-one Denon deck is. I tried that at like a Guitar Center. I wasn't a huge fan of that. Rain Performer. Okay, my bad. All right, so far the sweep is playing out. They are trying to bail me out of it, so that's good. But so far the sweep is playing out, which is good to see. Like Pioneer and Rain, not Denon. Yeah, dude, the Denon one just felt kind of cheap, man. And I know people on YouTube like rave about Denon. Um, I didn't like it. It's just totally honest. I didn't like it. Skeets, I'm targeting. You can't see it right now. My target is up at 955 as of right now. That's if we wick into like the Celts, like if we trade higher and trade into like 920, I will probably take 2 of my contracts off at 920 and then let one run for the full target, if not more, into like 30K maybe. But that's where I would be looking for like full profit. And that's solely because of the volume profile back here. I've got a exposed HVN from a prior session. Don't know exactly when this is. Let's see. From August 5th, this HVN node up here at 950s, 940s. I think that would potentially play out. And then obviously the larger time frame, like mega resistance up here is like 30K. So that's why I would target with the following contract, the one runner I've got, into like 30K, maybe 3020, something like that. Could be kind of a long hold. So if I'm doing that, I'd very much like to get 2 off first and then leave the third as like a runner with a break even stop. I don't want to be sitting here babysitting this thing for like 4 hours. I kind of need to sleep at some point. But so far, the idea is playing out. So far. Don't want to jinx it. Probably will. Full boarded, now you're up big. That is a tough habit to break once you make it a habit, dude. You gotta be careful. Chat, if you're just joining, if you're just watching, make sure to hit that like button, go in red to green on the trade, and stop holding. After I sat here for like 2.5 hours standing on my hands. How do you do this? W patience. That being said, it's not over. This very much could just knife back into my stop, and then I'm down horrendous, but whatever. At the very least, would be kind of nice to see this wick into the Celts at like 914 to be able to get 2 off, ideally. Alexandra, I did a while ago. I'm reformed. Mitch can tell you, I'm reformed. Oh, what up, Bjorn? GG's. GG's, sir. That being said, I do need to figure out how to like actually manage a trade on TradeC. Nope, don't want to reverse. No, I don't want to do that either. What if I just want to get rid of 2 at like 920? What does that look like? Again, very new to this platform, but using it for a whole 3 days. Will that work? But then does that enter me into a bracket is the question. Or does it like recognize that I have a bracket on already? Anyone got the answers? Anyone here a trade C extraordinaire that can answer that for me? I mean, I want to be exclusively with micros just because the risk is so much less. Like I can stomach, like in this case, I can stomach drawdown of, this was in total almost 20 points of drawdown. Like that's a lot on a mini for a 50K account. For me personally, I'm just not willing to risk that much on an account off rip. You can't even get TP stop loss to work? Rip. That's not giving me confidence. I still have Motive Wave, Alexandra. I still got Motive Wave. I use it for charting. Execution on Trade C for now. Until the greatest platform to ever be made will be released. And then obviously I switch. Mantis, for the like for just base, are you saying like brackets? Because the brackets were relatively easy. It's just up here, risk settings. It's kind of like Tops FX actually. Risk settings and then profit dollars, all that. GG's Alpine, trying to hold it through. Ideally, just get the 2 off at 920, and then I don't care what happens afterwards. Whatever happens after that, it's fine. But ideally, get the 2 off there. Yeah, Intervitas, I have the sell on there. It's more so a question of, is it going to recognize that I already have brackets up and then like just adjust my remaining brackets, or is it going to enter a new bracket from the sell point? That's my concern. I'm assuming it'll recognize that I have something up. I would think. I mean, we'll see, but I would think. It adds or removes from bracket trade already running. So like if I have my limit here, it's not going to adjust a new bracket. It's just going to bring this total size down to 1, obviously, because I exited 2 out of 3. And then it's going to adjust my stop, you're saying, as well, Sim? So like my stop will read for 1, and my total take profit up here at 950s will read for 1. Because if so, perfect. It's exactly what I want. Dude, rolling out of point of control so far, like we're testing point of control like this and starting to bid aggressively out of it. Ideally, we just like turbo. I mean, obviously, because I don't want to be sitting in this trade forever, but ideally, we just kind of rip it, right? Be pretty cool. Gotta be patient though. Find the zen, stand on the hands, be patient, drink some tea. I'm actually all out of tea. Alpine, you're right. That's my... Oh. Alpine, bear with me. I'm learning. Thank you. That's my bad. That is my bad. Thank you for that catch. Oh, you can't... Yeah, you're right. My overlay blocks it. I'm gonna have to think about that one. Yeah. Can I... Anyone, any of the trade C experts? Yeah, I know what I see what you're talking about. Yeah, like that. Okay, maybe that's the fix. I just have to go no scaling and then just drag it down all the time. I was gonna say maybe I can get them to format to go to the left side. But yeah, that's a good catch. Thank you. GG's. Appreciate that. I wonder if I can format them to go to the left side, though. Hold on, big face real quick. I don't think so. That's like a super specific setting to have, so I kind of doubt it. I'm trying to test this theory with y'all. Y'all telling me it's going to update to 1. I'm going to believe it when I see it, chat. I'm going to believe it when I see it. In order to believe it, though, I'm going to need this to pump. About 30 points would be nice, if I may ask for that. Scales placement. Can I actually do that here, though? Or is that... Hey. Oh, I know, but it doesn't change my orders. RIP. It still stacks the orders from the right, but moves the scale to the left. Got it. Yeah, I might just have to rock with this. Just move the chart down every time. Oh well. It's not terrible. It's a very manageable fix. I just have to be cognizant of catching it. That's why I'm gonna need Alpine to be here every single stream. Forever. Thank you. To remind me. All right, can we get the pump yet or what? This is order flow wise. Looks kind of decent. I mean, large buyer again at the highs. Like it's all just buying. Eventually, they got to go higher, right? This is also a pretty straight line move. It's kind of aggressive. At this point, I am going to move my stop up to this prior, like this little swing low here. 48.5 basically. Like right about there, because anything below that, I don't really think makes sense. If we are trading higher, I can definitely see us retracing all the way back to my entry and prior day's high. That's so on the table. Anything below this low starts to look a lot dicier. So I'm going to leave that there. If there was ever a time I wanted just like a god candle straight up, it's right now. Just so I don't have to babysit this for like 3 hours. That would be nice. That would be nice. Dude, if I could type, the day I learned to type will be a great day, I swear. I'm like misspelling literally every 3 letters. Okay, continuing to pump. Very nice. What up, DS? Which indicator are you talking about? Dang, Alexandro. That was brutal. F. What up, Owawa? What's going on? What is going on, dude? All right. Like, this is a pretty straight line move. I'd kind of like for this just to continue straight lining. I think that is very much like on the table, considering how aggressive this has been so far. The only thing that susses me out is like this is that same area from before with these fat buyers that showed up at the highs that didn't really get anywhere. That means there's a pretty large passive seller sitting here absorbing all of this. And it looks like, just like kind of reading this tape, looks like they've been absorbing pretty much this whole way up from like current highs 906 down to like 855, absorbing in like roughly a 50-point range. Um, Anything really aggressive like this out of buyers, like I want to see go. I don't want to see this run back. I don't want to see this go sweep out new lows. Like this is, to me at least, looks like kind of do or die for buyers. I'm like debating whether to keep my stop open or not. Again, I want to give it one opportunity. And I know I talked about this last time on stream. I want to give this one opportunity to come back and retest my entry, just because price seems to love to do that, like literally to the tick before going, in which case I want to give it the option to do that. And if it doesn't do that and just goes to target, great. But if it takes one opportunity to break even before going, I can give it that. I'm willing to compromise with that. What up, Bella? What's going on? How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Catching the tail end. Been really patient for this trade though, so I'm hoping it works. Been real patient for it. Need this to go. Thanks, Bella. Gotta stay strong. Gotta hold it. Let it run. Bjorn, my risk tolerance is my stop. So 848 in this case. That is my risk tolerance. Alex watching from the Philippines? What up, dude? That's pretty cool. Squinting to, yeah, see, that's the problem with scaling it. But double-edged sword is that if I don't scale it this way, y'all literally can't see my trade. Sorry. Hold on, let's see what I can do here. Okay, that's like as good as I'm going to be able to get it, unfortunately, because otherwise it's going to go off screen, which, you know, obviously doesn't solve the problem, just makes it worse. I have a Wawa, I have. I don't use them, but I have. Okay, moment of truth. This is where they come snag my break even normally, but I have learned, I'm reformed. I will not be putting a break even in until the first test happens. And then I will put a break even in. After the first test, absolutely. But before then, not yet. What does this look like? Retesting the large buyers from like 90 to 80 makes sense. Even makes sense to come back to like what? 870? I think even 870 is very fair. That being said, with how obvious this big passive seller has been up here, I think if longs are going to take this, like we're just going to run through this. This is going to be an aggressive break, I think. Really depends on like how motivated that passive seller is to like continue absorbing. But I think this would be a pretty, not violent, but like aggressive. Like I don't think we're If it's actually happening, and I know I'm repeating myself, but if it's actually happening, then I think it's going up aggressively and not stalling out. Big brain analytics with Jaws. If it's going up, it's going up. Crazy stuff, I know. Insane. On Motovwave, I had the DOM under the camera. The DOM on TradeC, unfortunately, doesn't look as good. Like here's, well, not just that it doesn't look as good, it looks fine, but like I can't see this thing, Alpine. I can't adjust this out, which is annoying. I wish I could. I wish I could drag this out. And same for the order tab. I can't drag it out. Otherwise, I would, because that's what I was doing on Motovwave. I'd have it like even with the camera, give my chart the actual space it needs. Unfortunately, on this, it doesn't seem to work. RIP. Oh well. Yeah, left corner, I don't know. That's, I have to clear that one. Go to settings, click trading tab. Did you or did you just stress test this one? Is this a solve? Go to settings. I'm assuming chart settings. Trading. Orders and positions alignment. Where is that? Aha. Hey, my guy. We are so back. We are so back. GG's. Thank you for the solve. That's awesome. They are coming back to get my break even, it seems. Whatever. Big time solve. Big time solve there. Thank you very much. Now we've got orders on. Very cool. All right. Buyers are stalling hard. Hate to see it, but they do be stalling. Womp womp. I'm going to let this run a few minutes over than normal just because I'm really curious to see on stream with y'all what ends up happening here. Don't want to just walk away at like, you know, tense moment. But I'm also not going to stay too long. Oh, have two sellers stepping in at the highs. That's kind of interesting. If we have sellers showing up at the highs like this with passive buyers soaking that and manage to bounce out of this and put in like new highs above 900, I think this rips. Big if here though, big if. This has to hold, right? Like literally right here, 83s to 80, that has to hold. Let's see. They're trying it. They do be trying it. I did Alpine. I started looking at M&Q more just because it has so much more volume. And I know like notional size wise, NQ obviously is worth a lot more. Yeah, I don't know. Just with the volume aspect of it, I find MNQ easier to read or like, I don't know, has more validity. I think is the best way to say it. It's just easier for me to see things on MNQ. Like for example, this this absorption setup, if you want to call it that, of like a passive seller soaking all these aggressive longs at the highs and in this area as well. It's just easier for me to see it on MNQ. And I'm not looking at like super in-depth order flow, right? Like I'm not using a footprint or anything. I'm literally just looking to see like where the big trades / big deltas are. It's kind of all I care about. Also, buyers potentially fumbling this. Got a hold right here. So I used to, but as of recently, no. Come on, buyers. I have faith. I have faith, buyers. Chat, I'm going to go for like 2 to 3 more minutes, and then I do have to actually go. No. They're fumbling it. Chat, they're fumbling. Unreal. The minute I turn the stream off, it rips. Yeah, dude. End of stream pump, end of stream dump is a real thing. They are watching, you know? They are always watching. GG's Alpine. Thanks for hanging. Have a good night, sir. ES stronger, more conviction. Hey, man, I need ES to go up as well. Hopefully they tandem up, you know? That is clutch, though, that you can move the orders and all that to the left. That is actually so big. That saves me so much work. Thank you. All right, chat. It's 11:05 my time. I'm going to go. I'm going to let this trade rip. Hopefully it rips. And then I will update in the Discord. So if you're not in the Discord, bottom right of the screen, tbm.gg/Discord, make sure to go join. I'm going to update in the Discord what ends up happening to this trade. I mean, you could probably tell just by your charts anyways, if you look tomorrow or whatever, but I will update y'all in the Discord what happens with the trade. But otherwise, I'm going to head out. I hope you have a good night. Thanks for hanging. GG's. Very patient session so far, I've got to say. Very patient, which I'm a fan of. Definitely good practice for me. Good practice. But thanks for hanging. I will catch you all same time, same place tomorrow. Have a good night. And if you're continuing to trade, be smart, be patient, make smart choices. Don't liquidate yourself. GG's and have a good night. Peace.